Summertime means traffic jams, but Baggy Hi-Fi is determined to stay on the road.
Greetings cats and kittens, welcome once again to Baggy Hi-Fi, this YouTube channel devoted to record collecting and the vinyl community here in the UK. Well, today we are in Hexham. We're on a Baggy Hi-Fi road trip and my guest is Ed Pinsent, publisher and writer of the Sound Projector magazine and presenter of the Sound Projector radio show, and we're here in Hexham looking for records. So we'll see how that goes, won't we?
Hello viewers, yeah, thanks very much John. Yeah. Nice of you to ask me along. As I was saying yesterday, trying to have a good carry-on gag. Are you going to Hexham?
Yes.
But it's not very funny, is it? No. It's not the same as are you going to Furcombe?
No,
yes,
no,
yes,
not quite as
not quite as redolent, but yeah, you get the idea, yes. Yeah, so let's see what we're going to find. So one place is called the Attic or something, is it?
There's Vinyl Attic. I've been to that
yes,
one
yes.
before, but I've been told that there's a new record shop here in Hexham called Elevate. Number 8.
Oh, I see. Right. So is that a Trumpton reference?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, like when they bring out the fire brigade.
Oh, yes, yeah.
He always said elevate. So
we'll find out.
Yes. Yeah, no, I doubt it is yes. Elevate. Well, it sounds promising. Anything with attic in the title it's bound to be good.
Yes. 3
stories of vinyl, you say. 3 floors. Yes.
Downstairs is just antiques, I think, and then the
antiques.
Second floor is 2 rooms of vinyl, as far as I remember.
Yes. Yeah.
But we'll show you.
Excellent.
You'll see.
Yeah. So there we go. As it happens. Yes. Excuse me.
Well, it's 4 hours later and we've trudged around the shops. We're going back home now and we'll show you what we've picked up this afternoon.
Yep, sounds like a plan to me. Yes. Yeah, we found all the places. Particularly Elevate was a little bit hard to find, but you know, John has a very good sense of direction, unlike me.
Not sure about that.
Yeah, but you'd looked at a photograph previously and you figured out it was in a side street.
Yes.
And yeah, it is a little bit tucked away, you know, and the signage isn't all it could be, you know, but we still tracked it down.
We've also had a look round the charity shops as well, as you do.
Oh yeah, as we do anyway. Yes, yeah.
We'll tell you about that, whether that was successful or not.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I know some people who say, oh, charity shops, just forget about it. You'll never find anything in a charity shop, you know, but you know, it all depends. As I always say, gold is where you find it.
True. Well, we're now back in the house, back at Baggy Hi-Fi headquarters, and we're going to show you what we found in Hexham in 2 shops. First one was Vinyl Attic. Want to show what you found to your first record?
Yeah. I only got 2 LPs. I didn't do so well. You did very well. It's just been too choosy.
Yes.
Every time I saw a nice record, I thought, well, I've already got that.
Yeah.
That's the trouble. Yes,
when we walked into the shop, though, we were confronted by the one of the people working in the shop asking why I was filming, and I guess it was a bit cheeky just to go in and start filming, but you know, it was for this video.
We smoothed things over with them, I think. Yeah, when we went out to buy some stuff.
Just to explain that we weren't spies.
We're
actually, we're going to buy some records. But yeah, Vinyl Attic is the top floor of an antique emporium and has 2 rooms of vinyl, which one of the rooms is quite well organised, and the other one is a bit more like leftovers, isn't it?
It felt that way. I suppose like the slightly less pricey stock.
Yes.
That's quite often the way record dealers do it when they go to a record fair. You know, they keep their prime stock on top. You know,
yes.
That's the collector's price. And then if you look on the floor, there's a box of £3 albums.
Yeah, but often you can
yeah.
find nice things in the in the cheap boxes.
Oh, I like them both. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes. Yeah, well, I mustn't be a snob.
No.
Exactly. The collectible stuff. So yeah. So the first one I picked out was I went to the letter A.
Yes.
After you'd finished hogging that section. I thought, when's he going to finish? Anyway, he's browsing away there. But yeah, I picked this one out. I just thought the cover looked interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've seen it before.
I don't know how I missed that one
yeah.
because I do have an album by that band.
Indeed, and as do I. And looked at Alcuin. Do I know Alcuin? And I think yes, I've got a record called Mountain Queen, which I think came out in 1974. That's one you've heard. Very nice cover, also on Polydor, as is this. And yeah, I really like Alcuin records, so I thought if that one's good, this one's going to be good as well. As I recall, well, they're Dutch prog, unusually enough, seem to have made a home on an English label, and there's organ, Hammond organ. You know,
always a winner.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yes, I mean, you know what I'm like about organ prog.
Yes,
you know,
yes,
definitely.
Me too.
Yeah, exactly. You just can't beat it.
I'm jealous of this find. Do you want to show the gatefold?
I could do. Yes, there's a back cover. Obviously, yes. It's quite, I don't know what it is. It looks like a no, I don't know, building and soft focus, and there's pictures of the band there with the requisite long hair and the beards. But yeah, quite a nice gatefold image.
Yeah.
And there they are, running either to catch a train or perhaps they've missed
Victoria
a train.
Station.
Yeah. Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yes.
Need a train expert to tell you that.
Yeah. But it's
But,
evocative, isn't it?
nice,
Nice perspective, and it's kind of like suggesting the dynamic movement of this band. Because yeah, I do get the feeling, I don't know why, I just think this, but Alcuin a little bit overlooked as a prog
say so.
band.
Yeah.
You know,
When you think that some European prog bands like Focus became huge.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? Yes.
Maybe that was how they ended up on Polydor, because maybe Polydor had great hopes for another Euro prog band
that's it.
in the early 70s.
Yep, precisely, yes. Yeah, who knows? And it's the same way, you know, you don't find that much Italian progressive rock on English labels.
No.
Outside of PFM, one or two other ones I've got, I think, but yeah, it didn't quite catch on the way you think it would. But yeah, definitely Dutch. But I see, oddly enough, it was made in Rockfield Studios, which I think isn't that the studio of Nick Lowe?
And Dave Edmonds.
Dave Edmonds, yes,
I think
it's the production team. Yes.
Wales.
Yes, it is in Wales. Yes, Rockfield Studios, but produced by Roger Bain. Yeah, whoever that may be. Yeah, but yeah, good.
Nice find. Yes.
Yes, I'm very pleased with that. I haven't heard it. Don't know what it's like.
No. New
Guinea Sunrise of the tracks, Mr. Widow, Darling Superstar, Farewell Miss Barcelona, Wheelchair Groupie. Yeah, that's an odd title. Yeah. Can't wait to find out what that one's about. So, Alcuin, what's it called again? Nobody Can Wait Forever. Yes. Looks like a new romantic on the cover, but isn't. From 1975 on Polydor.
Great.
There you have it. £12, I think. That was, if you're interested.
Prices were quite reasonable in Vinyl Attic. So this is also from Vinyl Attic, but this is a record which you recommended.
I did.
I think I have heard of it, and it's Seventh Wave, Things to Come, on the Gull label, home to jazz rockers like Isotope and Gary Boyle. But this is electronic, I believe. It's a duo.
It is a band, but it's the two brothers are, I think, are the main talent.
Yes.
Kieran Elliott and the other one. And they used to be in Second Hand, a progressive rock band who made first they made a record called Reality, and then they made a record called Death May Be Your Santa Claus. I think I'm right in saying that. Which are the second one in particular is really over the top.
Yeah.
Death May Be Your Santa Claus. Or is it the first one? You know, they made a single called The World May End Yesterday, or The World Will End Yesterday.
I do love that Gull label. I think it's a subsidiary of Decca.
Yeah, it's got to be a subsidiary, certainly, yes, but probably is Decca, yes. Yeah, we like Gull. I think that's what tipped the balance for John. You know, I told him Second Hand, there's a connection there, and nice cover art, and it's synthesizers. And he was going, not sure. And then he noticed, oh, it's on Gull. That's it. That was it. That tipped the balance.
That's coming home with me.
So it's quite good. Yes.
No, because I bought a couple more.
Yeah, you go again. Yes.
Well, I've been looking for a copy of this fairly well-known record, but I haven't found really one that was in such nice condition as this. And it's Bill Nelson's Red Noise, and I would say it's a near mint copy. And this is, if you don't know, this is the band that Bill Nelson formed in the late 70s after Bebop Deluxe sort of fizzled out, or at least Bebop Deluxe's style was changing, wasn't it? I don't think it was maybe tenable to carry on Bebop in that more new wavy sound, a bit more aggressive.
There was a problem with the band which I won't go into. It's a very sad story. But the sound was changing. The LP just before this was called Drastic Plastic.
Yeah.
And I think he was experimenting more with the guitar synthesizer.
Yes.
And you could say Bill Nelson's Red Noise is almost like new wave. Well, it's his idea of what new wave would be like.
Yes. Yeah.
It's, the shaped in a bag, as I call it. She's shaped. It's got
I know some
corners.
Some audiophiles really don't like these inner sleeves because the cardboard thing is every time they pull the record out.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, they say it's going to create a million hairline scratches as you take it out of the cardboard sleeve. But some of the Wings albums have these cardboard.
Yeah, I just thought it was an EMI thing, but Island did it as well. Yes.
So
I like them.
Even the song titles, very new wavy sounding. Art, Empire, Industry, A Better Home in the Phantom Zone, for Young Moderns, Stop, Go, Stop. As far as I remember, it's very sort of herky-jerky.
It is.
Stop,
oh yeah. Very short tracks.
Style,
yes, clip vocal style. Very short tracks. Quite aggressive for Bill Nelson.
Yeah.
And it's a very exciting record. I should say I saw Bill Nelson at the time this came out.
Yeah.
So effectively touring the album.
Yes.
A really great gig, a tremendous show. And he was very proud of his new direction, you may call it, but it didn't appear to last because no more Red Noise after that.
I think Don't Touch Me, I'm Electric was maybe a single.
Certainly Furniture Music was a single. Yes, that was a single, and betrays his love of Eric Satie, who coined the term.
Yeah.
Furniture Music, but in Bill Nelson's hand the song is somewhat menacing. It's like a fellow so sort of bored and dissatisfied with his domestic life, and he keeps moving the furniture around in order to relieve the tedium. But it's not going well. You can tell in the song it's very sort of alarming. And what I would say is that in our family we used to have the single Furniture Music, which was pressed in lovely red vinyl, and it had the lovely Harvest label, lovely green and yellow and red art item, and I think it played at 33, because on the B-side is a song which I wish they'd included on the album, called Wonder Toys That Last Forever.
Right, yes.
And that's one of the best Red Noise songs ever, and it's not on any album.
I think there may be a Red Noise CD double somewhere.
I think
probably
there is.
Someone like Esoteric might have put that out.
I think you're right, John. I believe.
They've been putting out the expansive versions of the Bebop Deluxe original albums, haven't they? So I imagine that there may be an expanded version of this, but on CD. Yeah. But very happy to get a copy of this, 1979, and in really nice condition.
Yeah, good pick. Yeah,
£15.
Yep. Good call. Yeah. Nice cover too, isn't it? That nice robot answering the phone.
Yes.
So he's tapping into a Gary Newman vibe there, and Talking Heads to some extent.
Nothing wrong with Gary Newman, by the way. We were talking earlier on about.
No, we like Gary Newman.
I think even at the time with Gary Newman, I was pretty sniffy about him, thinking he was just a Bowie copyist, plugging himself into the Berlin Trilogy type sound, but no, I think he's Gary Newman, really good songwriter, powerful songs, really knew how to handle a synth once he discovered a synth.
I know, there appears to be one of the motivations for him making music. He just loved the loud sound of a synthesizer when he went in the studio and just embraced it wholeheartedly, just dived in.
Yes.
And you can't fault him for that. No. You could say his look is mannered and his singing is affected. You could say all of these things, but you could say that about any new romantic band.
Of its time, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but it stood the test of time, so
we
definitely
like Newman, that's some Tube Army. Yeah. Or are we? We haven't got the Living Ornaments box set.
No, not quite yet. No.
Now, this LP has appeared, I think. This is one I bought again at Vinyl Attic.
In the other room.
Yes, in the other room, that's right. And I think this has appeared on Baggy Hi-Fi before.
Yeah, I have this.
Yes, and John kindly picked this out for me. And it's weird because I was just thinking about it because in the first room we did see another Jet Harris solo album.
I think it was a later one before not long before he died, reading the notes on the back.
Right.
I was quite interested in. I nearly did buy that one.
Yeah,
Yes,
and for some reason that put me in mind, and I thought, oh yeah, I remember when Baggy showed that lovely Jet Harris and Tony Meehan record. I wish I had a copy of that, I thought, and suddenly it came true. You know,
and a nice laminated sleeve.
Yes, dreams do come true. A lovely pop art cover as well, and it's kind of like, you know, Roy Lichtenstein would turn up his nose out this sleeping face here, and it's
nice lettering.
Yeah, it's very, very odd, but
it's a collection of the singles, I think, that they put out, and they did have a few hits.
Yep. No, I never
Diamonds,
knew that they were a thing. You know.
Applejack.
What's the date of this stuff, John? Do you know?
Well, it was after they left the Shadows, and I think they left the Shadows in fairly early on, maybe 63, 64.
Ah, okay. Right.
And another people came in to fill their space, but I do think that it's instrumental, mainly instrumental music, a bit like the Shadows, but a bit more gutsy, a bit more aggressive, a bit more rock and roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Really nice. And
I
Tony Meehan's a great drummer.
Yeah, I see the dates on the back now, 62 to 64. There's obviously a 70s repackage.
Yeah.
I can't see a date on it, though. Yeah, Decca.
I think maybe a 70s comp.
Yes, although, you know, it's, what do you call it, front laminated cover, where the back is unlaminated. That feels like a late 60s thing, but they're still doing it in the 70s, weren't they? That particular kind of packaging. So, I just happen to love that particular sound. Very, very good. Always been a fan of the Shadows. You know, it's effectively, as far as I'm concerned, it's just bass guitar and drumming. I know there's more to it than the vocals, but the track is sampled with Besame Mucho. Has been recorded by the Beatles, I believe, early on.
Yes,
for some strange reason.
In their, probably in their Hamburg days, perhaps.
I think so. Just
lots of cover versions.
That's it. Just after Hamburg and just before the Cavern or something. There certainly is a bootleg tape of Paul singing Besame Mucho and really hamming it up. He goes cha-cha boom and stuff like this. You know? But what struck me about the way they play it here on this record is so cool and
very deep bass sound.
Very deep bass sound. I'm trying to put precise. I think it's got a real kind of beautiful precision and simplicity.
Nice, very crisp drumming as well. So
and this is why the Shadows are always popular, particularly with punk rockers. Apparently, is you know, they heard 20 Golden Greats, which was that EMI compilation put out in 1976, and
the charity shop still quite a bit.
Yep, totally. And you know, it's got the lovely silhouettes of the guitar heads on the cover. Really nice comp. 20 Golden Greats by the Shadows. And apparently, punk rockers thought, what a great way to play the guitar. You know, really simple and clear. Yes. And you know, like I say, precision. And short tunes. Short tunes, exciting. You know, what could go wrong? Yeah. So thanks, John.
Okay.
Nice little find. Really
moving on from short tunes with precision, onto something a little bit more proggy.
Just a bit.
More proggy, yes. This is Starcastle's first album, self-titled, from 1976. Now, I've had this as a download for about 15 years, I think. Right?
You're prepared to go public on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I used to play it in my car quite a bit when I was wanting to listen to a lot of 70s prog. Never seen a nice vinyl copy of it, and this is again, it's almost mint.
It was just £8, wasn't it? I think.
£8. There's a 6-piece band, USA band. Where are they from?
Missouri, I think.
Missouri.
I think of Missouri. It's hard to believe. But,
what everyone said about them, unsurprisingly, when they appeared on the scene, was that they sound just like Yes, sort of prime era Yes. And they do, but with a slightly American twist to it, I would say. Later on, this sounded less like Yes, but this is the one, and the second one I think as well. Is,
Citadel.
Citadel's second album. The vocals, sort of very high pitched harmony style vocals like John Anderson. But I was so pleased to see a copy of this. Never really seen it in nice condition. This one wasn't expensive. It was about £12.
No, I thought it was 8, but I can't remember.
It could be.
I can't remember, but it's it's
it definitely
very fairly priced.
The £15 mark, or the £20 mark. It's on Epic, yellow label.
Yeah, very unprepossessing label design. But
it's almost like a budget label, isn't it? But it's not.
But a good label. It had Spirit and other good stuff.
Yes.
But great record. Again, bit overlooked. I think Star Castle
Probably because
fairly
it's so
overlooked.
derivative of Yes.
Well, I guess it is, but I think they've got a bit more. I think the melodies are more sharp than Yes, much as I like Yes, and I think the vocals are. There's a resemblance, but there's a bit more joy in Star Castle.
Yeah.
Sheer joy of singing and playing,
Nice.
and stacked harmonies, and
Fairy Tale, Cosmic Castle.
yeah, this is by the science fiction illustrators, the brothers Hildebrand, who are twins, I gather. They painted stuff like this all the time. They did a second cover as well for Citadel. Yeah, and they were twins who were able to complete each other's sentences. They're really very close, you know. So maybe they worked on the paintings together. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'll start at the top and you finish it.
We'll meet in the middle.
Yes, yes. And
with their airbrushes.
Oh yeah,
well,
undoubtedly airbrushes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So exactly, the airbrush cover is a real proggy thing. Yeah.
So very happy with that.
Yes, a good choice. Yes. So I'm out.
Yeah, so I'm out of
Yes,
records
yes.
that I bought at Vinyl
Yes.
Attic. You did patch things up with the man at the till by apologising that I was filming, which was
Yes.
kind of you, and he seemed to warm to us, and he asked, what is your channel? And I said, well, it's called Baggy Hi-Fi, and he did write that down. So if you're watching, I think the shop's quite good, and very pleased with what I bought from you today.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Vinyl Attic in
Very much.
Hexham.
Yes.
Recommend it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you showed them a picture of the bag because it's got his logo on.
Oh, I think I've left that in the
Oh,
no,
okay,
you have it there.
yes.
It's a
Yeah,
vintage emporium.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
just his bag. Yeah, I think if you buy anything in this place, you get a brown bag.
Whether you're buying a
Yeah,
candlestick
yeah,
or
yeah. Whatever it may be. And it's
showroom
the
dummy.
vintage emporium is hand stamped on it.
Yes.
But it's you know, yeah. I have to admit, I'm that sad that I have collected some bags in my time. But I've got a record from Virgin Records,
Oh yeah.
Megastore in Liverpool
Yes.
from the 70s. You know, which,
Hasn't Johnny Trunk done a book of
carrier bags.
carrier bags?
He has.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
has. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Indeed, he has. Yeah. So maybe I'm not so sad after all.
There's one of them that Savage Pencil did.
Oh yeah.
It's some independent shopping from the 70s. It's a parrot drawn in pretty much in his early, rock and roll zoo style.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
I never knew about that,
Henry
right.
Pouncey.
So somebody asked him for a record bag design.
yes,
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah, not bad.
I don't have the book
Yes.
though. I haven't bought the book.
But there we go. You know, shoppers have happy memories of
Yes.
going home from a record shop with a bag.
Yeah. Well,
There you
Pro
go.
Records in Liverpool had that very detailed.
Yes, that was Steve Hardstaff, wasn't it? Yes.
Who worked at Leeds and
Legendary
Liverpool
chap.
College.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yes.
American viewers and
We're getting off the subject.
yeah, we are slightly, but Pro Records was a shop in Liverpool with both Ed and I remember from when we lived in Liverpool, and it was
Remember fondly.
it was
I must
a
say,
mecca
yes, yes.
for
Yeah. Yes.
fantastic stock. It still exists today in Blue Coat Chambers, and hello Bob, because I know that you work there still.
Yep. Good old Bob. Was it Jeff Darrow? No, Jeff somebody. Yes. Can't remember his name, but he was also a record producer. I think with his wife, they did run Pro Plus Records.
Yeah.
And put a few items out.
Yes,
Yeah.
so that's the end of the Vinyl Attic purchases, but just ignore the phone ringing. So we went on to this other new shop, which is in Hexham. Somebody at the weekend told me that there's a new record shop called Elevate, and I think it's just a youngish fella who has seen the vinyl boom and decided to open up a small record shop. Hope it goes well, but you can see it's early days. But mixed stock, quite a few dance records on one side of the shop, and the other side was very varied, wasn't it? Sort of pop and rock, and a mixture of condition.
There were some CDs which I did have a look at, but it was very hard to look at them, I have to say. I know it was a small shop, but you put them right in the corner. It's a bit tricky. It sounds like we're being a bit captious. Sorry about that. Don't mean to carp. But,
I only bought one thing. There was a Gary Newman 12-inch. I didn't buy it.
And a Toya 12-inch you had your eye on, didn't you? Toya, yes.
Mine.
See, turns out it's a closet Toya fan.
Closet Toya fan, yes.
Would you believe? Yeah, but
hello,
very
Richard
Catholic
McCook,
too,
by the way, because I know
yes.
you are a big Toya
yes.
fan. You've done videos on.
Nothing wrong with that, as I say. She's much better than Hazel O'Connor.
Yeah.
And she's married to Robert Fripp.
Yes.
So, impeccable.
Good pedigree.
Good pedigree, yeah.
Well, I did buy one record, and it was cheap. It was $3.99, and it's one of Peter Gabriel's solo albums. Now, is this number 4?
I believe it is. I think it's Gabriel 4. Doesn't you know, the first 4 and the live album were all called Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
That was his deliberate packaging strategy, and they all had the exact same font.
Yes.
But it's on charisma.
There's
yeah.
a price sticker on here,
yes.
original price sticker on here from a shop called RN.
Mm-hmm.
It's £5.35.
Odd. What a strange price.
Yeah, it's on
£5.35. Yes.
charisma.
But, yeah, got the in a bag.
In a bag, lyrics. The track I know is Shock the Monkey.
Mm-hmm.
But I just ignored Peter Gabriel's solo work for a long, long time, and really only in the last few years have started listening to it.
Which other ones have you heard, John?
Well, the one, is it 3, the one with the scratched?
Scratch? No, Scratch is the second
2?
one.
Yeah, there's Robert Fripp's on that, isn't
yes,
it?
he is, yeah. I think he produced it, in fact. Well,
Yeah.
it certainly plays
That's a good
exposure,
one.
yes. And the third one is where the melted Polaroids.
Oh, yeah. And the first one's the one in the car with the rain on.
That's correct,
the
that's
windscreen.
correct, yes.
So that was cheap and looks in fairly playable condition. Peter Gabriel.
Yeah. It's one I've just discovered myself as well. For some reason, I never got round to hearing number 4, and
No.
I recommend it. I found it very harrowing to listen to, particularly side 2.
Yes.
I can't remember which track now, but it just seems to go on forever, and it's heartrending. Very sad sound and very sad vocals. It's I think Gabriel really established quite a very powerful identity for himself.
Yeah.
After
It must have been a strange period for him after leaving, such a massive
Yeah, totally.
group
Yes.
who was still extremely successful, even maybe more successful after he left.
I know.
Yeah.
And there's Genesis fans who are often dissecting the whole Lamb Lies Down saga, not as a piece of music, but about relations between the band at this time, which were apparently incredibly strained for all kinds of reasons, all kind of personal reasons, and they really dig into it, gossiping away, and trying to account for Gabriel's apparently erratic behaviour at this time. But the path he followed is very, very good, and the first album's a little bit patchy. There's a few novelty songs on there and so on, and there's at least one track, Moribund the Burgermeister, where he's still trying to sound a bit Genesis-y.
Yes.
But by the second LP, you've got a very, very strong, quite unique musical identity.
Yeah.
You've got Robert Fripp, you've got Frippatronics on the guitar, you've got some very lean, crisp songs, and a lot of Peter Gabriel.
Well, I think that one DIY, that song DIY.
Yeah, nice one, isn't it? Yes. So a lot of his personal angst pours into it, and that's I think that's what you're going to hear on the 4th one. So be prepared for that.
Know it, but
be prepared for that.
But that's not all, because we do have some more records to show you. Because Ed arrived yesterday at
This is
Baggy
correct.
Hi-Fi headquarters,
Indeed.
and we just went locally to my local record shop, Steeltown. And hello to Matt, if you're watching in Steeltown. Now, Steeltown music shop is mainly a place that sells musical instruments, but he has quite a lot of vinyl in there, and you can sometimes find some good stuff. So, and you did, I think, yeah.
Oh yeah, I was very happy. Yes.
Things.
Lovely shop, very friendly. It's a very, very interesting stock and very competitively priced, I would say. So the second one I got is this. Only £3, Rick Derringer, Spring Fever. What am I doing with a record of a guy like this with his long hair and his singer-songwriter pose on the back? Well, I have a lot of time for this kind of stuff because a few years ago I discovered that I liked the Edgar Winter Band. Johnny Winters is okay, but Edgar Winters is really what does it for me. Yeah. And Rick Derringer played on a number of those records. As a rhythm guitarist, perhaps, or as a backup vocalist. Yeah. I think I'm correct in saying he did appear on some of these Edgar Winters records, as did Dan Hartman, of all people, who co-wrote some of the songs even. Yeah. Dan Hartman, he later had a hit with Instant Replay.
Yes, that's
kind of disco guy. But early on, Dan Hartman was a very interesting American singer-songwriter. It's on a label called Blue Sky, which is very closely associated with Edgar Winters. I think maybe his own label. Right. And what else?
This is a cheap one, wasn't it?
It was only £3. Yes, exactly. It's probably not highly valued. Yes, Blue Sky. Yes, and yeah, probably not highly valued by people, but you know, if you like decent songwriting, you know, well-produced records, if you like the technical craft of just playing the guitar and keyboards well, there's an insert as well.
Yeah.
It's nice, yes.
Yeah.
I hadn't reckoned on that, yes. Insert. Oh, in fact, for some reason, there's two inserts. Got the insert twice over. Yeah, so good they put it in twice. Very, very odd. Yes, yes.
All for £3.
Yes, but yeah, the LP before this, also on Blue Sky, also by Rick Derringer, is called All American Boy, which I do recommend. If you see a copy of that anywhere, just grab it. It's a delight. So it's a kind of mid-70s songcraft, I would say, which doesn't appear to be around much now. You know, so yeah, if you like that kind of craft, you will head it in that direction. It's very fine. It's All American Boy, yeah, very good guitar work, very good songs. Got a green cover, and I think he's wearing an astronaut uniform.
Is he?
Astronaut
that one,
yes, yes.
Right.
It's a uniform, yeah, space suit, in other words.
Yes.
Astronaut, which uniform? I really, Ed. As regular listeners to my radio show will know, John, I'm always coming up with absurd utterances. It's, people should draw me up more often, I think.
Do listen to Ed's radio show.
Sorry, that wasn't a
No,
subtle
but
plug.
I think I'll respond to that. Yeah, it's on Resonance FM or Resonance Radio, and it's called The Sound Projector.
It's called the Sound Projector Radio Show.
Radio show,
yes.
yeah.
Thank you. Yes, it's,
Okay.
yes. If you want to hear more of my verbal gaffes,
This record,
yes.
yeah. This is also from Steeltown and was only £5. Tarot Suite by Mike Batt. Now, I think most of you watching this will know who Mike Batt is, at least associated with the Wombles. He was the man behind all the music and the concept. I don't know the concept of the Wombles, but the 70s music. But he was a musical arranger before then, wasn't he? And
indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this is from the 70s. Not sure exactly when. 79. And Tarot Suite. Some information about tarot cards in the middle. It's quite a 70s obsession. But what swung it for me is the musicians playing on here. So on vocals, Colin Blunston and Roger Chapman from Family. Guitarists on here, Rory Gallagher, Chris Spedding and Tony McPhee of the Groundhogs. And then actually the name that really jumped out at me was Mel Collins, British jazzer who played with King Crimson. So don't know what this is like. It's a concept album, obviously, from the late 70s, but definitely worth buying for a £5. So
yeah, for some reason we just agreed it looked like one to go with somehow.
Yeah.
And yeah, suddenly see that list of personnel, and that's not much to sneeze at there.
No.
At all. And Tony McPhee has just died recently as well.
He has,
so,
yes. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Mike Batt may have done one or two library records. Could be wrong about that.
I think so, yeah.
Yes,
I think he did. I've seen it on Discogs and eBay, and it's his not orchestral, but big band arrangements of hits at the time of the day.
That's it. Yes,
so
yes.
like Rolling Stones and Beatles.
Okay,
yeah.
So he's trying to do a James Last.
Or
something like that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Slightly more hip, I think, than that.
Yes.
But yeah. It's,
yeah, one would hope. Yes. And he certainly produced a Steel Eye Span LP.
Yes.
Is
it
Rocket Cottage?
Rocket Cottage?
Yes, I think it's Rocket Cottage. Yeah. So so maybe like that. It's time to.
I think
bit
he
of
maybe wrote a few
reconciliation.
Eurovision songs too. Perhaps.
You see,
could be wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Jobbing musician. I mean, it's if one knew more about the music, dare I say, business or industry or whatever, you'd find all kinds of interesting people doing interesting things, and to them it's just a job, a paid commercial job.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not sure where this is going.
Right.
but Mike Batt could be one of these.
And how about
interesting people? Yes. How about this? Yes. Oh yeah, there we go. Yes.
This is. I didn't spot this, but
yes, I did, and only because it's Duncan Brown, and that's the headline, and it's art rock from the 70s in a band called Metro, a duo perhaps, or more of them, I don't know. I've only just recently found out about this, to be honest with you, and heard it.
Duncan Brown made some late 60s, early 70s soft rock albums, which are definitely definitely recommended. Really
Certainly,
good.
yes. Well, there was a single called Journey. Something called Journey, out from 1972.
Yes.
I've got the album that's on. I think it's simply called Duncan Brown. Now very collectible.
Yeah.
Amazingly, I even got a double CD compilation, I think on Castle or Sequel or some label like that. Got out of a charity shop recently, and it turns out even that is being sought after by collectors who are prepared to pay quite a lot for it. CD, and as I say, quite a recent compilation. But how unexpected to see Duncan Brown doing this.
Gatefold.
Very nice gatefold. Quite a striking cover there.
What was it?
The seam is loose.
Okay,
Yes. We've got a seam issue here, which is understandable.
Yeah. That was a fiver.
Yes. It was, wasn't it? Quite, £5. Marked art rock on the label. Peter Gordon with Duncan Brown, Sean Leons, and some other guest players appearing. String arrangement by Duncan Brown, vocal arrangements by Duncan Brown, choirs arranged by Duncan Brown as well. So, and it's on Transatlantic. Another good. What can I say? I don't know. It's always nice to see that Transatlantic label.
That lovely label.
That lovely label.
Yes. Label.
Yeah. And obviously before that, it was a nice purple and white label, also desirable.
Yes.
Might find some jazz and guitar music on that period. What's his name?
Early Bert Jansch.
Bert Jansch and the other one, John
Renborn.
John Renborn. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, final record.
So that's Metro.
Steeltown had a rack, which I'd never noticed before, even though it's just my local shop, of Mark Bolan and T-Rex records. Most of them bootlegs or compilations as well. And I was looking through them thinking, I'd quite like to buy one of these because there's just so many. And so I got this one because recently on YouTube I've been watching some clips from Mark Bolan's late 70s TV show, Mark. And this is from that programme. I think the label is Mark on Wax, which I think it might have been Mark Bolan Fan Club record release.
Mark on Wax.
Mark on Wax, and this is the Mark Show. Some nice stills from the programme. People look back on this programme, Mark, fondly partly because of the guests who appeared on it, and the thing that really caught my eye was Hawkwind were on it, and I think The Damned were on it, so he had quite a lot of punk and new wave guests on this. I think it was on tea time as well, it was like sort of children's hour TV. Because by that time, really, Mark Bolan wasn't quite as popular by 1977.